Hey guys, what is going on? You're gonna get a boy from Zergrino Sports here, and today we're gonna be talking about the draft that happened last night, the WWE draft. We're gonna be talking about my thoughts on the picks, whether or not that could have been done differently, how good the show was, all that type of shit. So. Yeah, that's pretty, and we'll also discuss the actual wrestling as well. Just from the start though, wasn't that great a night of wrestling. It was pretty much the draft, and they were like, "Hey, this is a wrestling show. Let's throw some wrestling in there." There were a couple cool moments which I'll get to, but. Let's talk about what really matters here, and that is the draft. So I'll pull it up here on WWE.com. So a total of 59 draft picks were made last night from the available pool. Obviously, people like Nikki Bella and Luke Harper, people who are injured, Tyson Kidd, were not included. So that, obviously, because they're injured, you can't really include them. But we did have a decent amount of drafts made. So, basically, alright. So, basically the way it worked, if you didn't watch or read on the WWE Network, I meant the website. Basically, Raw got first overall pick. For every 2 picks SmackDown got, Raw got 3 picks, basically a pick per hour of programming, and you could tag teams or a package deal unless you only wanted one person, and you could make 6 picks from NXT. Those are basically the rules that were set. And basically the way it happened was Raw would make a pick, followed by SmackDown, another Raw pick, another SmackDown pick, another Raw pick, and then you'd have a match, and then you'd have 5 more picks, match, 5 more picks, match, repeat. Until the show ended, and then they did some extra picks on the WWE Network. So, without further ado, let's talk about the picks. So basically... Raw went first, of course, and they picked Seth Rollins. It's kind of weird, obviously, that the WWE Champion did not get picked first. The only thing is, obviously there's reasons within kayfabe, because Stephanie McMahon is a big fan of Seth. So you'd think she'd pick her, but why wouldn't you pick the actual champion? That's the whole thing that's kind of got me weird a bit, because it's I don't know, it kind of already devalues the championship. And I'm not a fan of Dean Ambrose. I'll be honest, I don't like Dean Ambrose, and I don't like him as champion. And I'm trying to like him, I just can't. His moveset's not that great, and he's just, to me, he's not that great in general. I mean, he's obviously a hard worker. He works his fucking ass off. That's no question. But for me, I don't like him. I can't like anything about him, and I don't know why, but I just don't like him, and I really don't like him as champion. But he has worked really hard to get there, and his title reign's already been devalued because he won solely because Roman Reigns got suspended, and he's gonna lose again at Battleground. That's no question. Either Seth's winning it back or Roman's winning it, because Roman's still their guy, which we'll talk about in a second here. But yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of people are mad about it. Then Raw took Charlotte, the women's champion, Charlotte as their second pick, but the 3rd overall pick. I'm a big fan of that because it makes the women's division seem like it's worth something, and I'm a big fan of that because fuck, if it was fucking 10 years ago, man, the women would have been down in the 5th round, man. It's nobody would have cared. But, yeah, women's champion, 3rd overall pick, 2nd pick for Raw. Then SmackDown got your boy AJ Styles. Very happy about that. I'm pretty sure everybody thought AJ would be on SmackDown. I think he'll be, one of the big 6. like they had back in the day. I think he'll be one of those like big guys on SmackDown. And then, surprisingly this early in the first round, Raw took Finn Balor from NXT. I think everybody was assuming and like expecting Finn to come up But I don't think anybody was expecting it to be this early. He got picked before Roman Reigns, John Cena, Brock Lesnar, fucking like big names, right? So it makes him look like a big deal to the casual fans who don't know about NXT or like don't watch NXT. Very big fan of him going that early. Now, Roman Reigns, 6th overall pick. He's still their guy. They literally were like, hey, you're our guy. You're the future face of the company. He went and fucked them over with the wellness policy violation, and he's still their fucking guy. It's bullshit. I'm not a big fan of it. But then, SmackDown picked John Cena, as expected. Obviously, in my prediction video like a month or two ago, I thought that Cena would go to Raw because I thought they'd have all their big faces, and then it became more and more apparent that Cena was likely going to SmackDown, so he went to SmackDown. Then they picked Brock Lesnar for Raw, and then Randy Orton for SmackDown. That's kind of a weird one. I was assuming Randy would be Raw. I'm not a fan of him being on SmackDown. I don't want to see John Cena and Randy Orton again and again and again and again and again for the world title again and again and again. God damn it, WWE. Excuse me. And then 10th overall draft pick, WWE Tag Team Champions, The New Day. So yeah, that happened. And then, obviously, there was a match. Round 3, Raw picks Sami Zayn. Which, you know, Sami Zayn's a pretty big, like, a top wrestler, so that's good. SmackDown get Bray Wyatt. I'm very happy about Bray Wyatt on SmackDown because I think he can do something great on SmackDown, and they can build him and give him a world title shot on SmackDown. The only thing is with Bray Wyatt, even if they don't give him a title shot, his character doesn't need one, so they don't even have to give him one. He can just fucking wreak havoc, dude. Then Sasha Banks for Raw, and then Becky Lynch for SmackDown, probably as expected. It's kind of, I'll talk about it later when I'm done all the picks, but it's kind of weird that they're splitting up the women. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. And then Chris Jericho, 15. Pretty surprised that he went that early. 15th overall draft pick. You know. On to the next round. 16 overall draft pick. United States champion Alexander Rusev. Which they don't even call him Alexander anymore, so I don't know why I did. But with Lana, they were a package deal, I guess. He goes to Raw, and then SmackDown get The Miz, so they can have the IC title on SmackDown. Miz comes with Maurice. Then Kevin Owens on Raw, which is, you know, kind of stupid that he went so low. 18th overall draft pick, meh. And then Baron Corbin to SmackDown. I think everybody was expecting Corbin to Raw, and I think a lot of people were expecting one of Sami or Kevin Owens to be on SmackDown, one to be on Raw. I don't think anybody was really expecting both of them to be on the same brand. I'm not a fan of it, but, you know, what are you going to do? It's WWE. It's their decision, obviously. Then, round 5, Gallows and Anderson to Raw. Club is split up, obviously, but Finn Balor's on Raw. Balor Club will likely be what they are going with. Then, very huge pop for American Alpha to SmackDown. They got a great ovation. They're over as fuck, and they deserve it. Very happy to see them on SmackDown. Then Big Show to Raw. Big Show. 23rd overall draft pick. To Raw. 2016. What the fuck? Anyways, 24th overall pick. Dolph Ziggler to SmackDown. I'm a fan of Dolph to SmackDown because he can start again. New fresh start for him. Turn him heel and have him go for the title, the world title, because he's fucking great. Nia Jax, 25th overall draft pick for Raw. They posted a video on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure they did on the website. I don't know. I only checked the website for the draft picks, actually, but They posted a video on the website because they had cameras on the performance center, and everybody was sitting watching the show. And she was just on her phone while they were announcing the picks, and then she heard her name, and her reaction was great. Like she was so surprised, and I was really happy for her when I saw her reaction. And she's something different, which is good, and hopefully she wreaks havoc on Raw. You know, mainly to I think she's alright. Then, round 6, Neville to Raw, which makes sense considering the Cruiserweights are exclusive to Raw. The Cruiserweight division, not Cruiserweights. Cruiserweight division is exclusive to Raw, which makes no fucking sense, but okay. Natalya to SmackDown, and then fucking Cesaro to Raw, dude. 28th overall draft pick Cesaro. After the Big Show. After Natalya. Dude, are you kidding? After Baron Corbin, and I like Baron Corbin. After Chris Jericho, and I like Chris Jericho, dude. Are you kidding me? 28th overall draft pick Cesaro, dude. On Raw, he's the freaking... Where is he on my list here? Cesaro, he's the 17th overall pick on Raw. Or, not overall pick. 17th Raw pick. 28th overall pick. Are you kidding me? Cesaro is one of the best workers in the fucking company. I'm hoping it's like a storyline thing, and they put him that low to give him a storyline where he's upset about how low he was. But if that's legitimately them thinking Big Show has more value than Cesaro, let Cesaro go back to the indies and do fucking good work over there, because you're fucking wasting him, WWE. Fuck. He should have been on SmackDown anyways, not fucking Raw. That makes me mad. Anyways, 29th overall pick, Alberto Del Rio. I can't roll my R's. SmackDown Live gets Alberto Del Rio. I think that's an alright pick. You know, apparently he said in an interview that he wants to win the Intercontinental title and then he's done with WWE. I guess to be a Triple Crown champion. So, you know, that's happening. Which makes sense that he's on SmackDown because the IC title is on SmackDown. Then the 30th overall pick, Sheamus to Raw, and that is the last pick that they showed on live TV. Then we go to the WWE Draft Center shit on the network. 31st overall pick, The Golden Truth to Raw. Okay. The fact that The Golden Truth weren't fucking 59th is bullshit. They fucking suck. 32nd overall pick, The Usos to SmackDown. Titus O'Neil goes to Raw. Demon Kane goes to SmackDown. I don't know why. And then Paige goes to Raw. I'm surprised to see Paige go that high, actually, with all the outside of the ring shenanigans she does. The nipple, like the picture of her boob that came out. Boob. I don't know why I said it like that. She had a picture of her breasticles. One of them leaked on the internet from, I guess, her time in Florida. It was a while ago because she doesn't have those little finger tattoos she has, so it was a while ago. It's not confirmed to be real, but like a lot of people are like, yeah, that's real. That's just an old picture. Anyways, but with all the stuff like that happens on with her outside of the ring, I'm surprised she actually went that early. Otherwise, she would have been way higher up. But it's still bullshit that she went after the Golden Truth. Are you fucking kidding me? And Demon Kane in 2016, dude? Fuck. Alright, now round 8. Darren Young with Bob Backlund, I guess, to Raw. Kalisto to SmackDown, which makes no sense if the Cruiserweight division's on Raw. Why the fuck is Kalisto on SmackDown? Whatever. Sin Cara to Raw. Naomi to SmackDown. I'm happy about Naomi to SmackDown because she can actually put on some great matches without being fucking piped over for other people, because she's good. Jack Swagger to Raw. I actually forgot he was eligible, which is pretty bad considering he won the world title not too long ago. The Ascension to SmackDown. Hopefully they can revive their careers because they were pretty decent in NXT. Round 9. Round 9. Dudley Boyz to Raw, Zack Ryder to SmackDown after the Golden Truth. Fuck. Summer Rae to Raw, Apollo Crews to SmackDown. Apollo Crews, 45th overall pick. That's ridiculous, dude. The guy has all the potential in the world. He has the look. He has the ability. He needs to work on his promos, I guess. Needs to develop a character. But still, 45th overall pick, that's really low for him. Mark Henry to Raw. I didn't know he still wrestled. I thought he retired, or I guess was close. I don't even know what's happening with Mark Henry. Alexa Bliss to SmackDown, which I was pretty happy about. Alexa Bliss is pretty good. Round 10, Braun Strowman to Raw, which means Bray and Braun are not going to be on the same brand. Breezango to SmackDown. I kind of actually like Breezango now. They kind of work well together. Their characters are made for each other. Obviously, nobody liked it at the beginning, but what are you going to do? It's actually pretty decent now. Bo Dallas to Raw. Just Bo Dallas, not the Social Outcast. Just Bo Dallas to Raw. Eva Marie to SmackDown. When I saw that pick, I thought it was an NXT pick, because obviously she was in NXT. But apparently she's been main roster since Mania, like on the website. Apparently she's been main roster, and even on the picks here, usually it'll say like the brand from NXT, but it doesn't say from NXT. So apparently she's been main roster. Eva Marie goes to SmackDown. Shining Stars go to Raw before the Vaudevillains go to SmackDown. Now, allegedly, Simon Gotch got into a fight with Sin Cara backstage. Maybe that's why the Vaudevillains were so low. Or it could just be because Vince doesn't like them. Like, apparently he doesn't. So, yeah. And then last round. Round 11. Alicia Fox to Raw. Eric Rowan to SmackDown. Now all we need is Harper to come back from injury. He can go to SmackDown. Original Wyatt family. Have Braun Strowman fuck off to Raw to be a piece of shit that he is. Because he's not very good. Dana Brooke to Raw. Don't really care. Who gives a shit? It's rightfully so that she's down this low on the list. Not very good. She's got a bit of potential, I'll admit that. In the ring, not good enough yet. Nowhere near good enough for her position on the card. That obviously it's not her fault. Emma got injured. She was brought up to be a heater to Emma. Emma got injured. They had to do something with her. They partner her with the biggest, like the main woman in the division. She's a bit out of her depth, out of her element. Hard to blame her, but also she's not very good. She does show a bit of charisma. Still not that good, though. Mojo Rawley to SmackDown from NXT. Mojo fucking Rawley. No Bayley. No Shinsuke Nakamura, which I'm happy about, because Shinsuke should have a long NXT title reign. No Samoa Joe, which I thought they were going to do Joe, have him drop the title at the next takeover to Shinsuke, and then Joe does full-time main roster. Shinsuke holds the title to Royal Rumble, surprise entrant in Rumble, loses at the takeover after that, and then makes his full debut. No Joe, no Shinsuke, no Bayley, which I'm not too upset about Bayley, because I still think she'll be the surprise partner of Sasha at Battleground, and I think they didn't draft her basically to like try and get people to stop thinking, like to not think of her, so they can keep it a surprise. Either that, or they're gonna do Nikki Bella, and everybody's gonna fucking kill themselves or straight up walk out of the building. Because fuck off, Nikki Bella. Like, yeah, you got a neck injury, and I feel sorry about that. Obviously, I don't want anybody to get injured in WWE. But seriously, Nikki, retire, please. Okay, please. Like, it might sound really harsh what I'm saying right now, but she's not good. She's not good on the mic. She's okay in the ring, but like, after you've been in when did they debut? Like 2007, 2008? After you've been in wrestling for that long and you're still that shit? Makes no sense. Makes no sense. Whatever. But seriously, Mojo fucking Rawley over Austin Aries, over Ty fucking Dillinger. Ty Dillinger, who's a great fucking worker and he works his ass off in NXT and has deserved a call up for a while now, and he's still stuck in NXT while Mojo fucking Rawley, who has no business in a wrestling ring, gets called up to SmackDown. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Really? Fucking really? I'm pissed off about Mojo Rawley. He's fucking terrible. You had fucking Shinsuke, Joe, fucking Bailey, Aries, Ty Dillinger, a bunch of fucking people on NXT to choose from, and you go with Mojo Rawley. Who the fuck is gonna believe in a kayfabe sense and in a business sense somebody would pick Mojo over Joe or Shinsuke? Nobody! It makes no fucking sense. If you're gonna fucking draft Mojo, if that's the way you want to go, because you want to have the fucking hype bros on SmackDown, because you fucking hate Zack Ryder and want his career to die, even though he's a hard-ass worker and deserves better, fucking, like, at least have it be like, okay, Triple H or William Regal, because he's the general manager, William Regal gets to pick 6 people or like 5 people that are exempt from being drafted. He gets to protect certain people. That way he could have said, okay, Balor can't go, fucking Joe can't go, Shinsuke can't go, Bailey can't go, all this shit. And then they would have made sense. Not even, because there's still better people than Mojo fucking Rawley. But Oh, it makes me mad that Mojo Rawley picked, dude. He doesn't belong in a wrestling ring, let alone fucking the main roster. God damn it. Okay, 58th overall pick, Curtis Axel to Raw, and then Carmella gets called up to SmackDown. Very happy for Carmella. The thing that kind of sucks, she's on SmackDown, Enzo and Cass are on Raw. Yeah, I don't know. You know, it's... It would have been cool to have her be with them again, but she'll be off doing her thing. And then undrafted was Heath Slater, and if you didn't watch the network, you're probably thinking, wow, they're being really shitty towards Heath Slater. I'm pretty sure Heath Slater was okay with being undrafted, because as the show was going off the air, he was in the room with all the chairs where all the draft picks were, I guess, originally supposed to be, and he was the only one left, and he's like, wow, Bo's at Raw, Curtis is at Raw, I'm the only one left. Nobody drafted me, and then the lights were going off. He was like, well, isn't this just great? And he was getting mad while it was going off air, so I'm pretty sure he was like, they asked him, like, hey, do you want to do this cool thing where you get mad at the end of the show, we don't draft you, and he was probably okay with it. But, fuck me, man. Mojo fucking Rawley. Really pissed off about that, dude. Fuck, man. Not too happy. Now, so 6 overall NXT picks, like they said. Raw has a 33-man roster. SmackDown has a 26... Okay, I shouldn't say man, sorry. Raw has a 33-person roster. SmackDown has 26 people. So, 7 people more. Whatever. It is what it is. Now, we've got, so we had 13 women drafted today. In order, Charlotte was first overall women's pick, Sasha second, Becky third, Nia Jax fourth, Natalya fifth, Paige sixth, Naomi seventh, Summer Rae was 8th, Alexa Bliss was 9th, 10th was Eva Marie, 11th was Dana Brooke, 12th was Alicia Fox, 13th was Carmella. And the way they're split up, Charlotte, Sasha, Nia, Paige, Summer, Alicia Fox, and Dana Brooke all on Raw. Becky, Natalya, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Eva Marie, Carmella on SmackDown. I'm guessing after Bayley, when Bayley hopefully debuts on Sunday as Sasha's mystery partner, hopefully she goes to SmackDown just to beef up the SmackDown women's roster a bit. Excuse me. I think she will go to SmackDown just so they'll have like an equal roster. You wouldn't want Charlotte, Sasha, and Bayley, and Paige, and Nia Jax, like all these big women's names. Well, Nia Jax isn't that big of a name, but like she's good. Good enough, I guess. You wouldn't want all those names on Raw to make SmackDown look like inferior, so just throw Bayley on there. The only thing is, are they going to bring back a second women's championship? Because I don't know why you'd split the women's roster if you didn't want to do 2 championships, because what are the women on SmackDown going to fight for? And that's bullshit that they have that, because you have the Cruiserweight division on Raw and then split the women's division. Why not have the women's division exclusive to one brand and the fucking Cruiserweight division exclusive to the other brand? I don't get, like, I understand Raw is 3 hours, but come on now. The announced teams were not announced on air. They were announced on WWE.com. Raw has Michael Cole, Byron Saxton, and your boy Corey Graves. He finally got the call up to the main roster for commentary. He fucking deserves it. He's great. Great job, Corey. Make Raw good and try and make your ability on commentary being so good, make that overpower Michael Cole being shit at most things. SmackDown has Mauro Ranallo, JBL Kill Me Now, and David Otunga. David Otunga, he's not a commentator, dude. Get him out of there. Get fucking Tom Phillips in there, dude. Like, really? Like, fuck. But, yeah, Jerry Lawler, not on any commentary team. I'm happy about that. You know, probably going to do the pre-show, probably going to replace Corey on, like, the pre-show panels and the pay-per-view panels and shit like that, which is better for where he is right now. He's not very good at commentary anymore, from what I've heard. I don't watch SmackDown that much until now. So, yeah, basically that's the draft. I'll give you a quick rundown of the results tonight. John Cena defeated Luke Gallows. Darren Young and Zack Ryder defeated Rusev and The Miz. Bray Wyatt defeated Xavier Woods, and they had a cool little thing where, like, Bray had Xavier in his trance, and Xavier snapped out of it at the last minute, and then, you know, attacked him. He still lost. Demon Kane was supposed to face Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens was making his entrance. Sami Zayn came out. They did their little punching thing. They both went in the ring. Kevin Owens threw Sami Zayn at Kane to chokeslam him. He had him goozled, and then Kevin was like, do it, and he got closer, and then he got chokeslammed at the same time as them. So 40-something-year-old Demon Kane goes over the 2 young guys who could be the future of the company. That's fantastic. Charlotte and Dana Brooke defeated Sasha Banks in a 2-on-1 handicap match. Not really any shenanigans from what I remember. Chris Jericho defeated Cesaro. I guess that's the only reason I see that being a possible, like, valid result is because Jericho got drafted early. The way it was cool though, because Cesaro went for a springboard, like, uppercut where he goes on and he turns around, and Jericho reversed it into a fucking code breaker, which was pretty cool. Alicia Fox was, I guess, supposed to face Natalya, but I guess Becky attacked Natalya because she came out first. The thing is, like, she was mid-attack when the show came back from commercial, so, like, nobody knew what was going on. And then Dean Ambrose beat Seth Rollins clean in the main event for the WWE title, a rematch from Raw. Basically, the results there. I think that's the right result to have Ambrose go over clean, because he's going to lose on Sunday anyways. Yeah, so I'm not a big fan of all the picks. I think Kevin Owens should have been on SmackDown. I think Randy should have been on Raw. I think Mojo Rawley should have been drafted to the unemployment line. Because he's fucking terrible. I hate Mojo Rawley so much. He does not belong anywhere near a wrestling ring. Yeah, those are my thoughts on the draft. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Sorry this video went on for 28 fucking minutes. Holy shit, I've been talking a long-ass time. That's no bueno there. Hopefully you guys stick it through. Oh, man, I ramble a lot, huh? Well, I went on a bit of a tirade about Mojo Rawley. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Let me know your opinions in the comments below. If you like the videos, please drop a like, subscribe, share it to all your friends. Trying to grow the channel, you know what I'm saying, so more people can listen to me get mad about Mojo Rawley. Yeah, thank you guys again for taking the time out of your day to watch my video, or listen to my video, I guess. Yeah, I'll see you in the next video.